Anger can be a powerful force, but it can also be a destructive one. Imagine feeling that surge of fury and transforming it into a calm, controlled response. What if ancient wisdom could help you harness this potent emotion and turn it into a tool for personal growth? Discover how Stoic philosophy provides timeless strategies to master your emotions and regain control of your life. In this video, we dive deep into anger management techniques with a comprehensive step-by-step guide on how to defeat anger and embrace calm. Discover 10 Stoic secrets that will help you control anger and maintain a state of peace and balance. Whether you're searching for ways to control anger and frustration, dealing with anger issues, or exploring how to control emotions in English, this video covers it all. We'll also touch on anger management techniques in psychology and offer strategies for adults, teens, parents, and men. Learn effective methods for handling anger, anxiety, and depression, and gain practical insights into managing your emotions with proven techniques that work. Join us to transform your approach to emotional control and live a more serene life. Stoicism, founded by Zeno of Citium in ancient Greece, is a philosophy known for its practical approach to managing life's challenges and emotions. At its core, Stoicism teaches us how to respond to our circumstances with wisdom and composure, rather than letting our emotions dictate our actions. In a world where anger often clouds our judgment and disrupts our relationships, Stoic techniques offer a lifeline to emotional stability. By applying Stoic principles, we can transform our approach to anger, leading to more thoughtful reactions and a more peaceful existence. This video will delve into these ancient strategies, showing how they remain profoundly relevant in helping us navigate the complexities of modern life with greater control and serenity. If you're ready to take charge of your emotions and unlock the secrets to inner peace, make sure to subscribe and click the bell icon for more transformative insights. Join us on this journey to master anger with the wisdom of Stoicism. 1. Understand the nature of anger. Anger is a natural and powerful emotion that often erupts in response to perceived threats or injustices. It can be both a motivating force and a destructive one, depending on how it's managed. From a Stoic perspective, anger is considered an impulse that arises from incorrect judgments and misunderstandings. According to the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, it's not things themselves that disturb us, but our interpretations of those things. In essence, anger typically results from the belief that we have been wronged, or that things are not unfolding as they should. Stoicism teaches us that these emotional responses are rooted in our own erroneous judgments about what is within our control and what is not. By recognizing that our anger is often based on false perceptions or unrealistic expectations, we can start to shift our focus from blaming external circumstances to understanding and correcting our own internal reactions. Practical tip: to begin mastering your anger, start by observing your emotional triggers. Take note of the situations or interactions that provoke anger and analyze the patterns in your responses. Reflect on whether these triggers are based on valid concerns or if they stem from misunderstandings or unrealistic expectations. This awareness will help you address the root causes of your anger more effectively. 2. Recognize what you can and cannot control. One of the core principles of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control, which involves distinguishing between what is within your control and what is beyond it. According to Marcus Aurelius, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When dealing with anger, this principle becomes crucial. By focusing on what you can control, your own responses, attitudes, and actions, you can manage your anger more effectively. Instead of letting external provocations dictate your emotional state, Stoicism encourages you to control your own reactions and maintain inner tranquility. This approach helps in reducing frustration and emotional turmoil, allowing for a more composed and rational response. Practical tip: create a mental checklist to help you differentiate between what you can and cannot control in any given situation. For example, you can control your own reactions and decisions, but you cannot control other people's behavior or external events. By focusing on what you can influence and letting go of concerns about what you cannot change, you'll find it easier to manage your anger and maintain a sense of peace. 3. Practice mindful reflection before reacting. In the heat of the moment, anger can cloud judgment and lead to impulsive reactions that we might later regret. The Stoic approach emphasizes the importance of pausing and reflecting before responding to situations that trigger anger. As Seneca advised, a man is as big as the things that make him angry. By taking a moment to pause and assess the situation, you create space for a more measured and rational response. This pause allows you to step back from the immediate emotional reaction and consider a more thoughtful, Stoic approach. Instead of reacting impulsively, you can evaluate the situation more objectively and choose a response that aligns with your values and principles. This practice not only helps in managing anger, but also in maintaining inner peace and emotional control. Practical tip: when you feel anger rising, use deep breathing exercises or take a brief mental timeout. This technique involves pausing for a few moments to focus on your breath or simply stepping away from the situation. This pause helps you create the necessary space to reflect and choose a more considered response rather than reacting out of anger. 4. Reframe anger through Stoic perspective. Stoicism teaches that anger often arises from our responses to things outside our control rather than from the events themselves. According to Epictetus, men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of things. Anger, in this context, is seen as a misguided response to external circumstances that do not align with our expectations or desires. The practice of cognitive reframing involves shifting your perspective on the situation that triggered your anger. Instead of viewing the event as a personal affront, try to see it as an opportunity for growth or a chance to practice Stoic virtues. This reframing helps in transforming anger into understanding and resilience, aligning with the Stoic belief that we should focus on our internal responses rather than external events. Practical tip: encourage viewers to reframe their thoughts by asking themselves critical questions about the source of their anger. For example, consider whether the anger is justified or if there is a more constructive way to view the situation. By consciously shifting your perspective, you can manage your emotions more effectively and respond in a manner that is consistent with Stoic principles. 5. Cultivate empathy and understanding. Stoicism encourages us to understand others' actions and motivations as a way to manage our own emotions. Marcus Aurelius noted, "When you are about to get angry, take a moment to remember that you are human and others are too." Cultivating empathy involves considering the perspectives and circumstances of those who trigger your anger. By seeing the situation from their viewpoint, you foster compassion and reduce the intensity of your emotional reactions. Empathy allows you to appreciate that others may act out of their own fears, insecurities, or challenges. This understanding helps to diminish feelings of anger by shifting focus from personal affronts to a broader, more compassionate view. Instead of reacting with frustration or hostility, you can respond with patience and a deeper appreciation for the human experience. Practical tip: actively listen to others and make an effort to understand their viewpoints. Engage in conversations with an open mind and try to grasp the underlying reasons behind their actions. By practicing empathy, you can reduce anger and cultivate a more harmonious and balanced emotional state. 6. Embrace the practice of forgiveness. Forgiveness is a central tenet of Stoic philosophy, aimed at controlling anger and maintaining inner peace. As Seneca observed, "He who is brave is free." Holding on to resentment and grudges only fuels anger and disturbs your inner tranquility. The Stoic approach to forgiveness involves consciously letting go of past grievances and choosing to move forward without carrying the burden of anger. Forgiveness does not mean condoning harmful behavior, but rather freeing yourself from the emotional hold that anger has over you. By embracing forgiveness, you release yourself from the chains of past hurts and foster a more serene and balanced emotional state. Practical tip: practice forgiveness by making the deliberate effort to let go of past grievances. Reflect on how holding on to anger affects your well-being and choose to focus on healing and moving forward. By doing so, you promote emotional health and cultivate a more peaceful mindset. 7. Reflect on the impermanence of anger. Stoic philosophy teaches that all emotions, including anger, are transient. Epictetus said, "It is not events themselves that disturb us, but our interpretation of those events." Recognizing that anger is a temporary state can help manage and diminish its impact. This perspective helps in understanding that the intensity of anger will fade over time, and what seems overwhelming in the moment will eventually pass. By reflecting on the impermanence of anger, you can cultivate patience and resilience. This understanding allows you to approach situations with a long-term view, reducing the immediate emotional response and focusing on maintaining emotional equilibrium. Practical tip: remind yourself of the transient nature of anger when you feel it rising. Reflect on how past emotions have passed and use this perspective to manage your current feelings. By focusing on long-term emotional well-being, you can handle anger with greater composure and clarity. 8. Develop self-discipline to manage responses. Self-discipline is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, especially when it comes to managing emotional responses. According to Marcus Aurelius, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice. This principle highlights the importance of controlling our reactions, even when provoked. Developing self-discipline involves practicing controlled thinking and behavior, allowing you to respond to anger-inducing situations with calm and measured responses rather than impulsive outbursts. Self-discipline in the context of anger management means training yourself to pause and reflect before reacting. It empowers you to make deliberate choices about how you respond to provocations, reducing the intensity and frequency of anger. By cultivating self-discipline, you foster emotional resilience and maintain a balanced perspective. Practical tip: set personal goals for emotional control and track your progress. For example, you might aim to recognize and pause before reacting in stressful situations or practice specific techniques for managing anger. Regularly review your progress to reinforce positive changes and continue developing your self-discipline. 9. Use Stoic exercises to build emotional resilience. Stoic exercises, such as negative visualization and daily reflection, are powerful tools for building emotional resilience. Negative visualization involves imagining potential challenges or losses to prepare yourself emotionally for unexpected events. Marcus Aurelius advised, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it." This exercise helps to desensitize you to potential triggers and fosters a sense of preparedness. Daily reflection, another key Stoic practice, involves reviewing your day's actions and emotional responses. By reflecting on what went well and what could be improved, you develop greater self-awareness and emotional control. These practices enhance your ability to remain calm in the face of provocations and build resilience over time. Practical tip: incorporate Stoic exercises into your daily routine. For instance, spend a few minutes each morning practicing negative visualization to mentally prepare for potential challenges. End your day with a reflection on how you managed your emotions and what you can improve. Consistent practice will strengthen your emotional resilience and help you handle anger more effectively. 10. Focus on personal growth and improvement. A key Stoic principle is continuous self-improvement and focusing on personal growth. According to Epictetus, no man is free who is not master of himself. By striving for personal development, you enhance your emotional health and manage anger more effectively. Personal growth involves setting goals, learning from experiences, and constantly working towards becoming a better version of yourself. Focusing on self-improvement helps shift attention away from external provocations and toward constructive personal development. It encourages a proactive approach to managing emotions, where anger becomes a signal for self-reflection and growth rather than a reactionary force. Practical tip: set personal development goals that focus on improving your emotional health and maturity. Engage in activities that promote self-growth, such as learning new skills, practicing mindfulness, or seeking feedback. Regularly assess your progress and adjust your goals to continue advancing in your journey toward emotional resilience and self-improvement. Throughout this video, we've explored Stoic strategies for mastering anger, including understanding its nature, recognizing what you can control, practicing mindful reflection, reframing your perspective, and cultivating empathy. We've also discussed the importance of forgiveness, the impermanence of emotions, and the role of self-discipline and resilience in managing anger. By incorporating these Stoic principles, you can enhance your emotional stability, transform anger into a positive force for growth, and achieve a more balanced and fulfilling life. Final thought. Closing statement. By applying Stoic wisdom to manage your anger, you can transform this powerful emotion into a tool for personal growth and inner peace. Start today and experience how Stoic practices can guide you towards a more balanced and fulfilling life. Embrace these timeless teachings and unlock the path to enduring tranquility and self-mastery.